Light, color, style, pose, expression, edit, time, legacy. Light. Before anything else, there is light. It wraps the subject in quiet attention, softens hesitation, and tells the truth with love. For Christina Gressianu, light reveals a woman's radiance. But light alone doesn't sculpt. The woman does, in how she carries her joy, her grief, her becoming. Christina's light doesn't flatter. It recognizes. And when it's right, you no longer see lighting. You just feel her. Color. Not just preference, not trend. For Christina, color is a conversation between soul and story. It holds tension and harmony, opposites that vibrate like emotion held just beneath the skin. Color speaks before language is formed. It reveals what the heart hasn't said yet. This is not just pretty. This is story told in hue. Style. Because the clothes we wear shape how we see ourselves. A velvet gown that says I am powerful, a blazer that whispers I'm here on purpose, a swathe of silk that remembers being touched. These aren't costumes, they're breadcrumbs, leading back to the version of her once felt most alive. For Christina, wardrobe is one of the brushes. A woman is the painting for herself. Pose. Because the body speaks even when the voice cannot. A lean, a glance, a tilt of the head that says, I am here. For Christina, posing is sculpture, but not of bone and light alone. It's presence, it's truth, it's choreography for the soul. Expression, because a photograph of what she looks like is not the same as a portrait of who she is. A knowing smile, a mischievous smirk, a thoughtful gaze, these are not accidents, they are the result of trust, of being seen, without being rushed. Christina sees hesitation first and already knows what's inside. She was raised looking at art, descended from Italian painters, trained in New York studios, obsessed with old masters and modern icons alike. She knows how to create a space where expression emerges honestly, elegantly. It's not about performance, it's about presence. Edit. Because today's cameras are too sharp, sharper than the eye, harsher than the heart. For Christina, editing is not about changing what's there, it's removing what doesn't belong. To soften the noise, to restore dignity, to let the emotion come forward without distraction. She's obsessed with precision in light, color, pose, and detail, because when it's right, it vanishes. And what remains is the soul of the portrait. Time. For most, it's invisible. For Christina, it's a ghost. She's been haunted by it since her 10th birthday. When other kids celebrated double digits, she only felt the weight of 10 years already gone. A portrait for her is where time pauses, just long enough for a woman to see who she is before life changes her again. This is not nostalgia. It's presence. It's reverence. It's real. Legacy. Because someday this will be someone's favorite photograph of her or of them together. When Christina's father died, she looked for proof, not of who he was, but that their connection had ever really happened, and she found it in the photos. A portrait she knows now is not just something pretty to look at, it's an anchor, a witness, proof that the love was real, that the story mattered, that she mattered. Christina Gressianu portrait. Time seen differently.